Hello everyone, welcome back to YouVoluntear. This is Chelsea, and as you can clearly see, we are in the middle of Draw My Life Week, which is really exciting, and I've always wanted to do one of these, so I am really pumped for this video. So here is a absolutely terrible outline of Canada. Um, Ignore that please, but this is just to show you that I am from Vancouver, which is right there, and it is about as far west as you can get besides Vancouver Island, which is right there, which is where I moved when I was about 4 years old or so. And I grew up there and lived with my dad and my mom, and there's me, and then my little brother Robert, who was born when I was about 4 years old. Soon, when I was about 5, I began taking music lessons with my grandmother. She was incredibly musical and taught me how to play the piano, which was the start of my music education, which turned out to be a really, really important thing later on in life, and I didn't know it yet at the time. Soon after, when I was about 10 or 11, I picked up the clarinet and the saxophone and just completely fell absolutely in love with music and everything about it. Later in elementary school, things were kind of tough, to be honest. I didn't really have a lot of friends because I liked things that other kids didn't. I was a big fan of Clay Aiken, and I really liked Harry Potter, and I was kind of nerdy, and I was honestly kind of lonely. It was tough at the time, but in hindsight, I think it made me grow as a person. Luckily, I did have one best friend. Her name was Courtney, and she lived in the same city, but she went to a different school. But we hung out a ton and did tons of fun stuff together. And we actually ended up going to high school together and joined band, which of course I loved because of music. But there, me and Courtney met tons and tons of friends who became super close. Amy and Sarah and Yvonne, and we were a little posse and band together, went on trips all over the place, and we were pretty much inseparable, to be honest. I was much, much happier in my high school life. In late high school, I had the opportunity to go to New York City and sit with the drummer of the Broadway musical Spamalot in the orchestra pit during the show. It was a absolutely incredible experience, and watching those professional musicians in the pit just made me realize how much I absolutely loved that and how I wanted to do it. That became my dream, to be a pit musician in New York. I honestly didn't want anything more than I wanted that at the time. I then graduated from grade 12 and decided I wanted to pursue music for my career. So I went to university in my hometown at VIU. Around the same time, one of my really good friends, Amy, convinced me to go to Orlando with her to go to a Harry Potter conference. We both loved Harry Potter our whole lives and grew up going to the midnight releases. And we ended up going to different conferences in Orlando, Chicago, Portland, and they were incredible because we met the most amazing group of friends that anyone could have ever asked for. I can't even describe these girls and guys to you, but they are going to be lifelong friends for sure, and they are just incredible people. That was really cool because that led me to find out who John and Hank Green were. I'm sure all of you have heard of them by now, but they are the Vlogbrothers on YouTube, and they were sort of my first introduction, we'll say, into the YouTuber community. I then moved to Ottawa. That was a really bad drawing of the Parliament buildings right there. And I actually transferred universities, so that is why I moved. And it was really scary at first because I didn't know anyone, but I ended up reaching out to the Ottawa Nerdfighter community. Nerdfighters are fans of John and Hank Green's, and I ended up meeting a fantastic group of people who were just so incredibly nice and welcoming, and we had tons in common, and it was just really great, and I met some lifelong friends, and even actually one of the roommates that I currently live with right now. I guess I should talk a little bit more about how I got involved in the YouTube community. Started out just by watching different YouTubers like Shay and Charles Trippy and Tyler Oakley. And then I discovered a group of YouTubers from Toronto. They all vlog together in daily vlogs, and their name is Apprentice A. And I'm sure you've all heard of them if you're watching this. But they started talking about this thing called Buffer Festival, which was a YouTube film festival going on in Toronto. And I actually ended up volunteering there, which is where I met this fantastic group of friends that all are on this channel together, YouVoluntear. So now I am still in Ottawa, but I'm in my fourth and final year of university, which is incredibly exciting, and I am trying to figure out what's next in life. I know that I want to do a whole bunch of things, but one thing for sure is that I want to travel. Here is a terrible drawing of an airplane, but I know that I want to go to Australia, which has been a lifelong dream, Croatia, and maybe some other places in Europe. And then after that, I'm thinking I want to go to grad school. The dream school is UBC, studying counseling, so hopefully that will happen one day. One thing I know for sure is that I am just so thankful for a lot of things in life, including this amazing community of people on YouTube and through LeakyCon that I've met, and for my incredibly supportive family, and my amazing group of friends who I've met from school or at Leaky or at Buffer. You guys are all wonderful and amazing, and I don't know where I would be without all of you guys. I'm not really sure what exactly is next for me, but I do know I'm incredibly excited to see what comes next in life. That is it for my video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please tune in tomorrow for the next Draw My Life Week video. My next video, I believe, is in early October, so I will see you guys next month. Until then, I hope you guys have a great September, and bye for now.